So a couple of weeks ago, I did a video reviewing the Samsung Tab S8, and the comments were all about the price. The 1.3 million is way too much for a tablet, and so on. So what if I tell you today that I have a device, a tablet, that costs half that price with similar features, a stylus pen, and an even bigger display? So the device I was talking about is the Lenovo Tab P12. And like I said in the beginning, it has a lot of similarities with the Samsung Tab S8. But the most noticeable one would be the design. The Lenovo Tab P12 has a sleek aluminum body with rounded edges, and it is only 6.9 millimeters thick, giving it a very premium feel. So it is lightweight and it weighs only 619 grams, which is quite light, easy to throw around. But I would not advise you doing that because the screen of this Lenovo Tab P12 is a 12.7-inch display, but not 4K resolution. So yes, they substituted the resolution for the display size because it only offers 3K. Now that's a bit, it's not so good. But another area where this tab falls short would be the refresh rate. It only offers 60 hertz refresh rate, which compared to its competitors is quite low. The new ones offer like 90 to 120, and now you have a tablet that you're supposed to be using in 2025 with a 60 hertz refresh rate. It's a bit low, but you would not notice unless you're actively gaming. And if that's what you're buying this tablet for, to play games on a bigger display, I would not advise you to do so. Now, the Tab P12 comes with a stylus pen called the Lenovo Pen Plus. And this is their version of, the S Pen. And I would say it's actually really nice to use. It's good for note taking and even light drawings, doodles, and all of that. And if you use it with the Lenovo Notes app, it feels really nice to use. You can use it to jot down in school or wherever you are. But when it comes to high refresh rate stylus pens like the Samsung Tab S80, it doesn't come close. You would notice this is a bit slow to respond, and even when drawing, that's why I said light drawing, even when drawing, it has a bit of a delay with it. Now, enough of bashing the P12's display and refresh rates because they actually did cook with this particular feature, which would be the audio. It has JBL tuned quad speakers with Dolby Atmos. It sounds rich, loud, and very clear. So in terms of audio, while watching, you're going to enjoy your experience, even though the display is just 3K. But I said we'll not talk about that. But you would enjoy that experience, whether it's gaming or watching movies, because the sound quality is so nice that you can immerse yourself in whatever experience. But what about under the hood? What are you getting with the Lenovo Tab P12? Well, it has a MediaTek Dimensity 7050 paired up with 8 gig RAM. Now remember that is a mid-range processor, so keep your expectations in the middle, not low, not high, just keep it, stable. That basically means it opens apps quickly, it allows multitasking and even casual gaming. But that's the thing, emphasis on casual gaming because when it comes to your high-end games like Call of Duty, PUBG, PES, FIFA, all of those, you would have serious trouble playing those because then again, refresh rate not so high, processor not so high. So don't buy this for gaming. The thermals are decent too because only if you play those high end games does the tab start to get hot. I mean, I used it to watch movies back to back for about 5 hours and it was still as cool as ice. So I would say the thermals on the Lenovo Tab P12 are really good. Now, the tab also runs Android 13 with Lenovo's own ZUI 15 skin. Now the experience with that is pretty clean. Only a few pre-installed apps which you can uninstall while setting the device up. Lenovo also promises 2 major OS updates and 4 years of security updates. So, Lenovo has you covered. That could low-key be an ad. It could. Anyways, honorable mention would be the Lenovo's fingerprint sensor, which is once again a power button plus fingerprint combo. And that's the best, in my opinion, because it makes it so easy to use that particular device. The Samsung Tab S8 has that same feature, but the difference would be the Lenovo Tab's power button has a bulge while the Tab S8 does not. But regardless, it is a really cool feature that I love to see in tablets, especially. Now, when you compare the Lenovo Tab P12 with the Samsung Tab S8, if you've gotten to this point in the video, you realize that it has fallen short in so many of those categories: display, refresh rates. But let me tell you where it actually beats the Samsung Tab S8. That would be the battery. It has a 10,200 mAh battery. That is a beast. I was getting around 10 to 11 hours with mixed use, like streaming, playing games, and taking notes, and it still lasted 10 to 11 hours compared to the Samsung Tab S8's 8,000 mAh battery. So they did actually cook with this. And for a tablet, I think it has a really good battery life. That's if you're actively using it. And if you are, go outside, touch grass, please. You don't need to use a device for 12 hours straight. Thank you very much. The tab also supports up to 45 watts charging, but in the box you only get a 20 watts charger. Now, I have no idea why Lenovo did that, but that would basically force you to charge that device for 2 to 3 hours before you get back to 100%. So if you want a shorter time, like I said in this short, no, the phone only supports 15 watts charging. So anytime someone tells you, oh, you need a bigger charger for your phone to charge faster, if your phone does not support that high amount of watts charging, it would not charge faster. Peace out. All you would need to do is, like I said, get a higher watts charger, and maybe to reduce your time to like 1 hour or even below that with a strong 45-watt charger. Now, this particular feature, why this is the last thing I would talk about, would be I have never seen someone take a picture like this. And if you're that person, stay away from me, please. But if you are that type of person, well, this segment or this part is for you. Most people don't really care for the camera specs of a tablet because they won't take pictures with it. But even though regardless upon still, we're going to talk about it. With the Lenovo Tab P12, you get an 8 megapixel main camera that can record 4K videos at 30 FPS. And once you turn the tab around, you have a 13 megapixel ultra wide selfie camera that can record videos 1080p at 30 FPS. Now, for the selfie camera, that's really good. It takes pictures, wide pictures with really good quality, and nobody cares. I know you don't care. You're not going to use this to take pictures, and if you do, or more, but like you wouldn't take pictures. But that is the specifications for both cameras on the Lenovo Tab P12. So there you have it. Would I buy this tablet in 2025? No. If you buy this tablet in 2025, it would be because you're looking for a cheaper option of the Samsung Tab S8. But then again, compared to its competitors in 2025, I think you would see a better device for that range, that 600,000 to 700,000 range. And I would advise you to get that particular device, depending on the specs. But if you see that the specifications after watching this video of this is better than what you want to buy, then I would advise you to get the Lenovo Tab P12. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you another time.